Hey, ladies, welcome back to another episode of Confidence Becomes You podcast with me, your host, Cleopatra. If you are new here, I am a confidence and visibility coach, and my goal here is to help you become an expression of your most confident self and learn how to take up space as her. I truly believe it is your purpose to unleash that greatness that lies within you and make your mark on this world, because when you do, confidence is going to become you. It's going to look so good and juicy on you. All right, so if this feels like the right and aligned place for you to be in, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. So in today's episode, we are going to be talking about uniqueness, that one of a kindness, because this is so important, especially if you are working to build your confidence, to go out there and take up space, to, make your presence seen. I used to get this fear when I first started creating content and when I would come up with these business ideas of, oh my gosh, what if someone is doing the same thing as me? Guess what? I will start seeing other people doing it. And it's so funny how that happens is because you become aware of things. So it's this car that I want, that I have this desire to have. And I never, I've noticed it before, but not really. And once I said, yes, I want that, this is the car that I want, I swear I see it all the time. And it's just like, wow, a lot of people actually have this car. And so it just goes to show you that once you decide that you want to take a space, or in a certain area of your life, you want to do something, you want to have something, it's the fact that you're just becoming aware of it. So maybe you haven't seen other people have it, but now because your awareness is expanding, is coming, you're seeing it everywhere. This is how the beauty of awareness works. So the reason why this topic is so important is because when this happens, it is very easy to step into the feeling of, I don't want to be a copycat, right? What's going to make me so different? What makes me stand out? What's going to make me so special? And when this happens, you start to question yourself. You start to doubt yourself. You start to tell yourself no before you even gotten started. You already self-sabotage because you just checked yourself out. No, it's okay. Other people are talking about this. Other people are already doing this, but it doesn't have to be this way. What I want to teach you guys today is that when you develop an understanding of that you are unique, you are one of one, you have this one of a kindness, there is no one else like you. And you will start to realize that you are the only competition there is. And that competition is with yourself. So in today's episode, I am going to dive into how you can learn how to embrace your one of a kindness, your uniqueness, and the power of embracing that uniqueness. Because when you do, again, confidence is going to look so good on you because you're going to own that uniqueness. There's so much power in that. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I want you to begin to own your experiences. Your experiences are so unique to you. Because of your experiences, you have a unique perspective. You have unique insight. You have a unique look. All of that, a unique voice, that is all because of your experiences. As I mentioned already, how I used to get this fear of, oh my gosh, how am I going to stand out? You do not have to force yourself to stand out whatsoever. Your experiences, your uniqueness that you bring is how you are going to stand out. There are so many life coaches. There are so many content creators. There's so many thought leaders. There's so many other people who are talking about the same things that I'm talking about, right? You see things all over about confidence, about woman empowerment, about self-esteem, about inner work, about glowing up. There's so many things. However, no one is doing it like me, and I'm not doing it like those other people. But I also had to realize, of course, there are a lot of people talking about this. Of course, a lot of people are talking about confidence because people like helping people. People like helping people overcome things that we've gone through ourselves. And I'm not the only one that God placed here to talk about confidence, to help women become a greater version of themselves. But again, going back to my experiences, what makes my perspective so different or my insight so different is through my experiences. So everything that I share with you guys on this podcast, on my platform, it is always an offset of my experiences. Yes, there may be similar topics. Yes, there's always going to be similar topics, but how I share those topics is through my personal experiences. That is what sets you apart automatically. So when you decide to take up space and you decide to use your voice, and whether that is vocally or in writing, the way that you are going to automatically set apart yourself is through your experiences. That is what makes you so unique. It gives you that different perspective. It gives you that different voice. It gives you that different creativity that is going to connect with different people in a different way. So you don't necessarily have to seek out being different. You already are. And the more experiences that you go through, you are going to continue to layer on top of that unique voice, on top of that unique insight. That's just how you begin to develop and develop and develop. So don't knock it. Own it. Own your experiences. It's so beautiful. It is what's going to set you apart and make you unique. So now, the second way to learn how to embrace your uniqueness as you take up space, this is going to be so, so important. What I want you to do is learn to let go of the scarcity mindset and develop a abundance mindset. So the reason why you are asking yourself what makes you so special is because you have this belief that uniqueness is limited, that not everyone gets to take up space and make an impact in their own unique way. So this is a scarcity mindset. A lot of times we think about a scarcity mindset when we're only thinking about finances, when we're only thinking about resources, when we're only thinking about material things. However, when it comes to how you see yourself in your specialness and your uniqueness and one of a kindness, we think it's very scarce. We think there is only a few select people that get to be special. There's only a few select people that gets to take up space. There's only a few select people that get to live their dream life, right? We have this mindset, but this is a mindset that needs to get broken down, because that mindset is what's keeping you stuck, is keeping you behind the scenes, right? And is making you feel like you are not good enough or that there is not enough. And I want to stress, let me just say this real quick. Everyone was designed and placed in within them with a special uniqueness. Every single person. The only thing that stops people from expressing that uniqueness is deciding that you are not unique. This is literally the only thing that stops everyone from being an expression of uniqueness, being an expression of I get to be special and share that to the world. That's it, is that you tell yourself that you are not special. So you shrink and you hold yourself back. And of course, this are mindsets that developed over time, right? It could be maybe when you were growing up, maybe you grew up hearing not everyone gets to be special, not everyone gets to be that it factor. There's so many things that you hear, you'll see visually. Maybe some people didn't even tell you this, but you can see it on a daily basis, right? Some people in school, some people at work, some people get more notice than other people. So you see these things happening that, oh, not everyone gets to be noticed, and not everyone is going to be seen. Some people are going to get overlooked. Some people are not going to be special, right, in eyes of other people. But what I've learned, and what I want you to learn and truly, truly understand, and honestly internalize this, is that God is a God of abundance. And this may sometimes be like hard to grasp, but it was hard for me. But once it was broken down for me to understand it in this way that I'm going to share with you. So I want you to look at all the leaves on the trees. Look at all the birds in the sky. Look at everything that was created. It was created in abundance, literally. So when I started to get that understanding, like, oh, yeah, you're right. Like, everything was created in abundance. You being the fact that you are God's highest form of creation, how is it possible that he created all of us in his highest form of creation and not give us abundance and not give us that special uniqueness that only we have, and each and every one of us? How is that even possible? It's not possible. And so we have to develop that. If other things were created in abundance, so were we. Everything about us is in abundance. We have an abundance of specialty. So there is no limitation in the specialties that he put in each and every person. There is no limitation on how much we can develop into even more of a unique person. There is no limitation on how many people get to be seen and how many people get to take up space with their voice, with your dreams, with your creativity. There are never enough voices that are out here impacting, and we are meant to impact. We are meant to impact. We are meant to influence. There is never enough different perspectives that is going to help just one person, right? Each person is going to be influenced by different people. Why can't it be you? Why can't you decide to take up space? It is you. That is it. You are one of a kind and you have that special uniqueness. So again, just because someone else is taking up space in a certain area that you want to take up space in, it doesn't mean that there is no room for you whatsoever. Do you think these brands care about how many bread brands there are, how many shoe brands there are? They don't care. Someone is going to buy it. Someone is going to like it better, right? They're not taking away from one another. Someone is going to buy into you more than they buy into other people. Someone is going to like you better because, again, your unique voice, your unique perspective, and your unique creativity. It doesn't take from anyone. And so going back to the scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset is something that was instilled and created. And what created that really is that competition. Competition is just a made up construct, right? It was made up to keep people in survival mode. And that is how that scarcity mindset is created, because you are in survival mode. Survival mode is something that it is keeping you, oh man, it is keeping you from truly being your most confident self, being in survival mode. Because when you're in survival mode, again, you believe that you are not enough. You believe that you have to be in competition. You believe you have to step on people's toes. You believe that you just have to overwork yourself. Like there's so many things that happen in survival mode. And I definitely want to dive deeper into survival mode and how to get out of that in another episode. But just going back to the scarcity mindset, it is really, really something that was constructed from that competition that society placed on us. We don't need to be in competition with one another. When you do feel that urge to compete, just remind yourself that you are your only competition. You are your only competition. There is enough and it's available to you. Remember that God is a God of abundance. So get rid of that scarcity mindset and develop an abundant mindset. All right. So now the third way that you can learn how to embrace your uniqueness as you take up space is to accept. I always get accept and accept. Tongue twister is to accept and reject concepts about yourself that you do and you do not want. So, what I mean by concepts, I mean your self concept, your beliefs, your ideas about yourself that you've already agreed with. It's something that you internalize and you started to believe it to be true. So, if you are believing that you are not unique, of course, you are going to act in ways to prove that belief. This is how your self concept impacts you because it impacts your actions. Every action that we take on a daily basis, every single thing is always going to be a reflection of the beliefs that you hold within you. For example, if you are believing that you are not unique, you are going to shy away from taking up space and what you feel called to be and the way that you feel very called to do. If you are believing that you are not unique, you are going to play small. You may shrink, you may not speak up, you may not be assertive, you may just hold back or walk in a room and, kind of shrink yourself a little bit. These are all actions that you take when you have certain beliefs about yourself, especially that belief of you are not special or you are not unique enough. Another action is that you may not take action, right? Because of that beliefs. And a lot of our concepts about ourselves, they were created from a lot of external factors. So things like what your family says about you, what people at school says about you, when you actually try to take up space, when you actually try to be seen, and they probably said, "Oh, you think you're so special." I've heard this before. This is something that I've heard before. You think you're special. Who does she think she is? Have you heard that? I'm sure you have. These are the type of things that tends to make you shrink. Like, oh, I don't want people to think I think I'm all that. So let me step back a little bit. Let me not shine a little bit. Let me not be seen a little bit because it's going to make other people uncomfortable. And so these are things that were created in you, and it caused you to, as you begin to get older, to develop this fear of being seen. So when I started to put out content, or right before I started to put out content, I was so scared. I was so scared. And I was so scared because it wasn't about the people who didn't know me. I was thinking about the people who knew me, who knew a past version of me. And so I was so scared. And for many years, I've always had a desire. I've always had this desire to be on YouTube, to create content, always. But I was so scared to be seen. I was so scared to be noticed because the moments when I was younger, when I attempted to be seen in the slightest way, I was always picked out. Like, what are you doing? And so things like that made me shrink back and say, you know what, just forget it. Just forget it because I don't want to get embarrassed. Just forget it because I'm just going to look stupid, to the point where I actually told myself this: I don't like to be the center of attention. I don't want attention. I said this. I said this so many times to myself, that I don't want attention. I don't like attention. But that was a lie. We all like to have some attention. We all want to be seen, because what happens is you create a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you tell yourself, I don't want to be seen, I don't want people to look at me, I don't want to be noticed, I don't want to be the center of attention, how this creates a self-fulfilling prophecy is that because you're telling yourself this, again, your actions, you don't do it. You don't put yourself out there. You don't make yourself seen. And guess what? You're not going to be seen. You're going to be overlooked. You're going to be passed over. So your beliefs, the things that you told yourself, the things that you finally agreed with, that no one wants to see me. No one wants to see me shine. No one wants to see me be seen. No one wants that. So I don't want to be the center of attention, because when I do, people, they pick out the bad things, right? So what happens is that you told yourself this so many times that your actions reflected those beliefs. And so it impacted the fact that you are not seen, you are overlooked. But here's the thing. It impacts you when you feel like you've been overlooked. It impacts you when you feel like they're not noticing me. They're noticing all the other people who are taking up space, all the other people who are being seen. Those are the people who are getting the opportunities. Those are the people who are, getting noticed, and is increasing their income, is increasing their life, their fulfillment, because they're taking up space, they're being seen. Honestly, guys, we all crave to take up space, even if it's not in the biggest way. Maybe you don't want to speak on stages, maybe you don't want to do those big things. It's great if you do, because your voice needs to be heard, let me just say that. But maybe you want to take a space in other areas, but you want to be yourself. You want to be able to shine and be yourself authentically, and to not care, and to speak boldly, and not give two shits of what anyone has to say or what anyone thinks. So what I want you to start seeing as you decide to start taking a space is these affirmations, but I want you to feel it as you say it, because feeling is the secret as you say these affirmations. It's not enough to just say it, but I want you to feel it. I want you to say that I am someone that is valuable, and I add great value. I am someone that is deserving to be seen, because I deserve to be seen. I am someone that is chosen for greatness, because there's greatness that lies within me. Someone needs to hear what I have to say. I am someone that needs to be heard. I am one of a kind. I am special. I am unique. Use these affirmations. Use these. I put some of these affirmations in the Confidence Daily Affirmation Vow. If you want it, grab it. It's free. It's in the show notes. I love this because it empowers you. It allows you to operate from a more confident state. It allows you to operate from the concepts that you want to believe about yourself. We have to break those old concepts that we don't want, embrace new ones. You have to allow yourself to just embrace it and to feel it. So the fourth way of how you're going to learn to embrace your uniqueness and take up space. This is going to be so crucial to you as you learn to embrace your uniqueness. You need to do this in order to embrace your uniqueness. You just need to. You are going to stop trying to be someone else. I know firsthand what it is like to, when you begin to take up space, you have the urge to want to do what someone else is doing and be just like them. Because you're going to start looking for inspiration, right? You're going to start seeing other people doing things that you really want to do, things that you really want to talk about. And you see the benefits of them talking this way or moving this way or dressing this way or speaking a certain way, and you attempt to act exactly like them, even if it is so unauthentic to you. Not saying that you cannot inspire to develop qualities like someone else. Of course, we're all meant to influence and inspire. And what's going to happen with that, there's going to be people that pick up certain things about you, just like we pick up certain things from other people. And that's okay. Certain mindsets we can pick up, certain ways of speaking, right? We pick up these things, and that is okay. It's okay to take bits and pieces from different people. However, it has to be authentic to you. What I mean by this is, if you talk a certain way and like if you have a certain tone in your voice, if you talk a certain way, but yet you see another person who has a different voice and you're like, ooh, I need to talk like that. I need to change this about myself. Don't do that. Because what's happening is you are telling yourself that your voice, regardless of how it is not special enough. That's what you're telling yourself. Allow yourself to be yourself. You can pick up bits and pieces of what other people are doing and create your own. But the most important thing that I want you to do right now, today, is to tap into your enoughness right now, as you are right now, in your own unique way right now, who you are, where you at in your life, your level of knowledge is the right amount of enoughness. The right amount of enoughness that you need to take up space. You have the right amount of enoughness to attract people to you, to attract opportunities to you. You have the right amount of enoughness to show up, to use your voice, to give perspective, to give insight right now. That's it right now. You are going to continue to grow. You are going to continue to develop as you invest in yourself and pour into yourself. But right now, you do not need to have all the confidence in the world to get started with something. You don't need to be. You need courage. That's it. But you are the right amount of enoughness right now. Right now. That's it. You can be, this is something that my previous coach told me before when I first began creating content about confidence, is that you can be a work in progress and still be the total package. Let me say that one more time. You can be a work in progress and still be the total package. And the reason why this is so important is because when you want to take up space, when you want to be seen, one of the main things that checks you out is feeling like you are not enough right now. Feeling like you don't have it all together right now. And that will stop you from even getting started. You can be a work in progress and still be the total package. Someone needs to hear your voice right now, as you are right now. You are enough right now. You have that one of a kindness right now that no one else has. But it's up to you. You have to own it. You have to own it and say, you know what? I'm not where I want to be. I don't feel necessarily that I have all the qualities that I know I can develop, but all I have is right now, as me, as I am right now, and believe that it is enough. It is enough. You are going to grow. This doesn't mean to not develop. This does not mean to not grow and pour into yourself, because you have to, right? It is your purpose. This is what you're supposed to do. Continue to become your best self and develop your uniqueness, develop your qualities. But it means to just accept and be as you are right now. All right. Your confidence in being enough to take up space right now is going to grow. But you have to start taking up space as you are now. You don't have to worry about being as someone else because you think they're more special, because you think they have all the qualities that makes them being seen valuable. No, you as you are right now is good enough. That's it. Good enough right now. So, just to kind of rehash what I said, the four ways again of how you're going to learn to embrace your uniqueness right now is the last part. Take up space as you are now. As you are, you do not have to be like someone else just because you think that, they have this specialty that you don't have. It's okay to inspire and want to take bits and pieces from different people, but as you are right now is enough. It's unique, it's valuable. Again, based off those experiences. Going to the second part, which was the first part, own your experiences. Your experiences are unique to you. This is your experience, is how you experience the world. So this is how your voice was created, your perspective is created, your insight is created through your experiences. The second one was you are going to get out of that scarcity mindset and develop an abundance mindset. There is not a limited amount of people that get to be unique. You get to be unique. God is a God of abundance. You get to be unique. He placed special qualities in each and every one of us. There's no limitation on the uniqueness that you get to put out into the world. And the third one was to agree and disagree with concepts that you want to accept and not accept, right? You don't have to. You're going to have to develop new concepts of you are unique, you are special, you are chosen, you are valuable. Because when you do this, your actions is going to be a reflection of that. And then the results from the actions is going to be a reflection of that. Because the fulfilling prophecy that you want to have is to be seen and be heard as you are with your uniqueness. So let's get into part two. And this is the power of embracing your uniqueness. The most exciting thing that happens when you begin embracing your uniqueness is that you begin to become creative. This is amazing because when you feel creative, this means that you are becoming more in touch with the real you, which is being a creator. Creativity, it fuels innovation. It fuels things getting created because when people feel like they are unique, they want to unleash it. They want to unleash their uniqueness out into the world with their ideas and with their concepts. Their imagination, it becomes heightened because of that excitement of like, oh my gosh, like I have this unique thing. I'm unique. I'm valuable. How can I add value here? How can I show how unique this thing is? This is how everything in the world was created. Things that we love, things that you use on a daily basis. It's because going back to how some people, you have the choice to decide that you are unique and you're going to take up space with that uniqueness. These things were created because those people who decided that they are unique and that they are one of a kind and that only them, they have something special to offer that no one else can, just like them. So first thing they did is first believe that they are unique, because again, everything that we put out externally, our actions is a reflection of our self concept. So believing that they were unique, they allowed themselves to say, oh, I'm unique, so let me put out this uniqueness, let me take up space. It doesn't matter what's going to happen, but I have to do it, right? But that all starts with that belief. The second most exciting thing that happens when you begin embracing uniqueness, this is so powerful, is the freedom that you get within yourself. This word has been it for me this year, and it is feeling free, that I am free, 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 right? That feeling free inside, feeling trapped inside of, because you're not unique, you feel trapped that you can't be seen, is so restricting. It keeps you in chains. It keeps you in the shadows of others. It keeps you from really embracing yourself and loving yourself and allowing yourself to the freedom to be messy, the freedom to be messy and still be enough. Now, as you show up and as you take up space, this is that power of developing that true essence of self-love, right? That even though you don't have it all together, even though you don't feel so special, and whatever you may not feel, you still feel like, you know what? I still get to be free. I still get to put out my uniqueness. No matter how messy and no matter what's going on in my life, I get to show up as I am enough right now and take up space. You restricting yourself because you don't feel special enough is just keeping you, is really stopping your opportunities from coming your way, is keeping you from being a magnet to things that you want in your life. And most of all, is keeping you from taking responsibility of what you're supposed to be doing. And that is your purpose. And the reason why is because you're so focused on what's so special about me that you are wasting time. So I saw this quote when I was doing my research on this topic, and it says, embracing your uniqueness is not just a personal choice. It is a responsibility that we owe to ourselves and to the world around us. A responsibility, but you can't do that when you're stuck on who am I and what do I have to offer? How can I be different? You can't do that. You just have to allow yourself to be. Give yourself the freedom to just be. So again, what makes it so powerful is that feeling of freedom. Do you see, for example, people love Rihanna, right? And people love Rihanna because she is just so comfortable in her skin. She is authentic. She is considered to be so powerful. And the reason why is because she literally, you can tell she embodies freedom. She has a sense of freedom within her. She knows she's special. She knows she's unique. She's not trying to be nobody else. She's her, and she's owning it. And let alone even just, marking her name Fenty, right? She owns it. She owns her uniqueness. She said, like, oh, my name's special enough to put on everything. My name is special enough, and people are going to buy it because of my name. That's power. That is power. She allowed herself to be free. And everything that you see her do, you see how free she is. She's herself. She don't give a damn. She's herself. She is herself. And that feeling of freedom, of just embracing that uniqueness, that is power. That's going to give you so much power. And another thing that this feeling of power, this feeling of freedom that it does, not only it improves your self-esteem so much, because when you feel this freedom of being yourself and owning your uniqueness, you do not rely on external sources to validate you. You do not need people to tell you what makes you special. Validation is great. It is not something that people don't need. People need to be validated, right? But you don't have to rely on it. You validate yourself eternally first, and with what you bring to the table second. But besides the self-esteem, you will feel that freedom to impact, to inspire, and to influence when you feel free inside. When you feel that power of freedom because you own the fact that you're unique, you just want to be seen. You want to be seen. You want to show up. You want to unleash that greatness into the world. You want people to see your special gift. You want people to hear your unique perspective, your unique voice. You want that because what happens is that you embracing your uniqueness, it gives other people permission. It gives other people permission to embrace their uniqueness as well, for them to take up space as they are now and with what they have to offer to the world, and to just be free, be authentic. It is so powerful. So again, so the two powerful things that comes when you decide to embrace and own your uniqueness is one, you, girl, your creativity is going to be unleashed because the people that own their uniqueness are the people that create, are the people that empower innovation. Those are the people that brings all the things that you're using into the world, all the things that you are experiencing is because of those people decided that they were unique, their vision were unique, their ideas are unique. And so they decided to take a space and be seen and be heard with that uniqueness, with that one of a kindness that only they can bring. The second powerful thing is that feeling of freedom. You not feeling you unique is keeping you restricted. Is keeping you restricted from being your authentic self and taking up space, because when you decide that you get to be authentic and be yourself as you are now, there's no stopping you. There's power that's going to come out of that. And power is felt, okay? So, as we get to the end of the episode, the key thing that I want you to internalize is this: you are your only competition. That's it. There is no one else like you, exactly the same like you, and you are not someone else. Yes, there may be similarities, but it's no one exactly the same. And it's your responsibility to find out what makes you unique and to own it. You don't even have to find out. It's already there. It's in your story, it's in your experience with whatever it is that you are looking to do in terms of how you want to take a space and impact. I want you again to utilize those personal experiences, see it as an advantage. It's so unique to you. Let go of that scarcity mindset and embrace abundance. Everyone gets to be special. Everyone gets to be special. Accept and agree to concepts that you want. Embrace that uniqueness that you have right now, because all of these things is going to light up your creativity and light up the freedom you feel inside. That's going to give you the power to take space and be seen like you need to be. Do not wait to feel unique. Remember, in my previous episode, the quickest way of becoming your most confident self is to become now. The reason why you don't feel unique right now is because you haven't gotten started just being unique and doing unique things. And let me tell you that taking up space and making an impact is very unique, because not everyone does it. Even though it is everyone's responsibility, not everyone does it, because not everyone is aware of their uniqueness. So be different. It is your responsibility to embrace your uniqueness. That person that don't see themselves as special and unique right now is waiting for you to stop hiding behind your fear of being seen and that imposter syndrome, so that they can get permission. This is how impact happens. It starts with you embracing your uniqueness as it is right now. This is how confidence is nurtured. When you are not doing anything impactful, no matter how big or small, there's always going to be a small voice of, why am I here? You want to be seen. You want to make impact. It's in you. You have this desire. You are always going to question, why am I here? What do I have to offer when you are not making an impact? Maybe not everyone feels this way, but those people who want more and want to feel more fulfilled, we were made to create, we were made to impact, but you have to embrace your uniqueness. And that just equals more confidence. And confidence looks good on you, girl. It becomes you. All right. And so that is it for today's episode. I hope you loved it. If you do, make sure you go ahead and leave a comment and review and subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. If you are listening on your favorite podcasting platform, go ahead and give me a rating and review, and make sure you subscribe to the show as well. And also make sure, guys, that you download your Confidence Daily Affirmation Vow. It is so powerful. It's right there listed in the description box and the show notes. And so that is it for today's episode, guys. And until next time,